Hello, everybody. Kyle, are you here?
I am here. Welcome
Okay, there
everyone to
we go.
our JIFU Worldwide Update Call. We have a lot of amazing things we're going to be going through today. We have some very special speakers that you're going to be hearing from, including our new medical advisor, Dr. Bill. And many of you might have had a chance to meet him in Berlin. He's truly an incredible individual. And somebody from the very first moment I met him, I said, okay, he has to be part of JIFU. Truly incredible. Now, what's exciting is I see people tuning in from all around the world. For those of you that speak Turkish and want the Turkish translation, make sure you go to the Korean room, and that is where you'll get the Korean channel for the Turkish speakers. So again, we've got so many exciting things, so many exciting updates. We're going to jump right into this and get going. Now, many of you know that I like to give a special shout out and recognition to our top markets. And so I'd like to go through first and talk about our top 10 markets for the month of March. So here we go. Number 10. Go to the next slide. Number 10, we'll start with number 10 is France. So congratulations, France. You had a great month. We've got new leadership that joined us last month, and they're already coming in and doing an amazing job. Number 9. Number 9. Can we go to number 9, please? I don't know. There we go.
Kyle,
Sweden.
it's me. I think you're a little bit delayed. I am on 9. So
Okay. Number 9 is Sweden. Congratulations, Sweden. Go to number 8.
I think you have a connection issue, Kyle.
Don't see
Can
number
you hear us
8.
okay?
Okay. Yes. 8 is Canada. Congratulations, Canada. Go to number 7. Japan. Go to number 6. And I apologize, everyone. I think I'm having connection issues because it's going super slow. So
Yeah,
Austria is number
you want me you want me to take over for a minute, Kyle, while you get your internet fixed?
Yes. Why don't you go?
All right, I'm happy
Yes.
to do so. So yeah, so like Kyle was saying, we have some new kings of the world. We've got Austria at number 6, and at number 5 we have Portugal. We had that group come in just a few months ago, and they're just killing it. Switzerland, has just really come on strong and doing what they're doing. The USA is number 3. And no surprise, number 2 is Italy, and number 1 right now is Germany. So congratulations, everybody that's working so hard. We are seeing growth all over the world. We've had so many great things happen in this past month, and we just continue to see that growth in those different markets. So we're super excited. We're so grateful for what you guys are doing, and we're just excited for what is happening. So with that said, we have a couple updates that we want to go through. We need to get Manny on here really quick. A lot of work is going in. We have some new updates coming in with the JIFU Connect app. I know some of you have been trying it and looking at it. We have Manny Q coming on here in just a second, and he is actually going to talk about that. Manny, can you hear me?
Yes, Brad. I can hear you. How are you? How is everyone?
Great. I'm going to highlight you so everybody sees your beautiful face. So why don't you give us some updates here?
Phenomenal. I'm still glowing from the Cancun vacation and the incentive trip, so it's absolutely phenomenal. Yes, so I have a list of updates for everybody on the JIFU Connect app, and I think you guys will all be pleasantly surprised at some of the updates and the progress that we are making on the system. Right. So first and foremost, for those of you that are new to the JIFU Connect app, I want to remind you guys that JIFU Connect app is one of our newest tools that we have added to the JIFU department, and we want to be able to make this available to all global JIFU members around the world, regardless of what plan you guys are on. I want to remind you guys that the JIFU Connect app comes with live education from our educational universities. We also have a new social media timeline and feed where you guys can get information on exciting JIFU global calls, upcoming conventions, incentive trips, and more directly from the app, in addition to having a really comprehensive calendar and a community chatting system where you guys can connect, communicate, and collaborate with your fellow JIFU members in your country or from different countries around the world. Now, next week, we have a huge core update expected to come to the JIFU Connect app. And once that core update is out and available, the official free trial for the JIFU Connect app will end, which means that right now, if you guys download JIFU Connect, you have total access to the app and the education regardless of your membership level. So make sure you take advantage of that for the next week or so if you are not already doing so. But after our big core update next week, we will then have the app set to log in with your JIFU web offers credentials. So as of right now, please remind you guys, as of right now, you can create an account and sign absolutely for free. But after our big update next week, you will then be able to sign in to office credentials. And the app will feature different levels of access. So typically, if you are on a starter, go, or game package, you will have general access to the JIFU Connect app. And that would include all of the corporate communications from the corporate team, including all events, all updates, all incentive trips, and more. If you are on the Grow and the Global Pack, you will have full access to the JIFU Connect app, including the education available on the app for the first 30 days. And if you guys have a live monthly combo, you will be able to continuously access the entire app with education month to month, as long as you are on that. Now move forward next week, when that core update is expected to hit and the free trial ends, we will also be sending you guys a new JIFU Connect user manual via the app. Alrighty, so you guys will be able to download a huge user manual. It will highlight all of the updates, all of the features, how to log in, how to utilize it, how to connect with the communities, and more. So be on the lookout for that user manual that's going to get released with the app very shortly. And then the final update that we have for the app is a big one. I know many of you guys have been waiting for such a long time, but we are in the final stages of preparation for our global market idea service, aka our tap to trade service for both the FX community and the crypto community. So we are in those final stages and we're getting ready for preparation to launch that on the app. We know that this is a highly sought after service and feature. We've put together a phenomenal delivery team. I believe we're going to have one of the best performing teams across the entire industry. So stay tuned for that. We will give you guys more updates on that on our next big call. All right. So with that being said, that's all I have. Thank you guys so much. I hope you guys are excited. And if you guys are ready to get connected, just drop connect for me in the chat box. So thank you so much. And Brad or Kyle, I'll pass it back to you guys.
Thank you, Manny. Why don't we bring Jim on just really quick? Jim, our beloved Jim. And I'm just going to highlight you here for a second. Jim, maybe give a quick update on travel and the app that's already been launched.
Hello. Yes, you bet. Thanks, Brad. Thanks, Manny Q. Okay, I spoke about this in Berlin. Then I spoke about this in our recap call, our Berlin recap call, that the app was coming. It was very close to be launched. Now, as of last week, as I brought it up and shared with our leaders in Cancun, I am now happy to share the great news with all of you that the International Market Travel Portal is now out and available to be downloaded and used. It's great. We're receiving great feedback. So again, this is our international markets. Our US, Canada, and Japan markets are on our other travel platform, which is amazing and great. And we are integrated completely with that. They can continue to log in directly to that portal. But for right now, this international market portal is out and ready. I'm so excited. Thank you very much. And I just want to give a plug that this company is being a product of the products. So you need to use the Connect app. That's a product. You need to use this phone international portal app. That's a product. You need to use your Live. You need to take your Gen 3. I take these this morning. I take them every morning. You need to wear the gear. Do you see the gear? I'm holding up the hats. Okay? Wear the gear, use the app, save money on travel. Thank you very much. It's out and available. Go get them. Yes, let's go.
Thank you, Jim. Appreciate it, bud. So there are a couple other slides to go through on that, but I will take over now if you don't mind, Jim. I just wanted to thank everybody. We had such an amazing event down in Cancun. We had about 160 people show up. It was amazing. I had so much fun, and probably the funnest part was really getting to know so many of you guys. I can't tell you how fun it was to watch and see all the hard work that was paid off by this event. I loved seeing all the teams get together, go do excursions, go do different things. We had people doing everything from snorkeling and catamarans and going to different amusement and explore parks. It was just amazing to see just the teams coming together. I just have to say, I don't know if I've ever seen a more beautiful beach. That beach was incredible. The color of the beach, and we also had a wedding actually at the event as well too. And it was so much fun to be part of that. I appreciate so much the invite and being part of that beautiful event. It was just something that I don't think I'm ever going to forget. And I think that the best part about these events is the ability to actually get together with your teams, go do things. Obviously, everybody was working very, very hard, but it was just so much fun to actually see how hard everybody was able to play as well too. And so I'm actually going to bring on right now Leonardo from Italy. If you don't mind, Leo, are you ready?
Yeah, thank you, Brad.
You're welcome. Let me highlight you. And I know you're still on vacation, kind of, right? But why don't you give kind of a quick rundown on your, how the event in Cancun went and what you're able to do.
Yeah, wow, it has been really amazing. And really, I have to thank JIFU, Brad, and I have to thank you, Brad, because I think in the last 4 months, I have had the 2 best vacations of my life, Hawaii and Cancun. And it's amazing because when I started this business, when I started with network marketing years ago, my dream, what I was dreaming about, and what I was, the vision I was sharing with my team at the time, like few people, it was like, guys, one day we will be traveling the world and earning money from network marketing, and we will do it all together, having fun, visiting the world. And it's amazing that years ago I can have the possibility to do that. So thanks, Jeff, about that, really. And yeah, since that moment, since I started JIFU, this has become my lifestyle. Not only during incentive trip, but during the whole year. Right now, I'm in New York. Then I go to Spain. Then I go to Turkey. I will visit a couple of countries, and I think I've been in more cities since I'm with JIFU than in my whole life before. So thank you about that. And yeah, about Cancun, yeah, obviously the place was amazing. The resort was amazing, both in Hawaii and then Cancun, and I guess even in the next incentive trips. But I think the real opportunity about joining an incentive trip, it's about connecting with the leaders. Like, I mean, during my career, my life changed completely when I have had the opportunity to share some days with the diamonds of my in my upline and even in my cross line, because obviously the information they can give me are amazing, and having the possibility to listen from a person that already achieved what I want to achieve, it's the best thing you can do in network marketing. Always surrounding you by people who already did what you need to do. But the other thing is that during these trips, you really understand that at the end of the day, even the diamonds or the directors are normal people, are like a normal person like you, who years ago took the decision to do that, to achieve his goals, to do what is needed to do. And I think that it's a real shift in your business. If you qualify to the next incentive trip, you spend some days with me. After 3 days, 4 days, you'll say, wait, yeah, Leo is good, but not special. I can do what he did. So yeah, I think this is the best part of the incentive trip. And even during this incentive trip in Cancun, I've had the possibility to speak with other great leaders of this company, and I got inspired to achieve Black Diamond, Presidential Diamond during the next month. So yeah, that's it, bro. Thank you for inviting me in this call.
Leo, thanks for being with us. I actually love what Damien said in the chat. I don't know if you guys saw this. He said, let me go back up to it so I do it right. But he essentially said, Leo is a JIFU diamond, therefore he is always on vacation. I love that because it's so much fun. And then I just saw Katja right in there. I'm using a vacation voucher right now, still in Mexico. JIFU is amazing. Thank you. So yeah, I mean, it's so much fun to be able to travel and do these things. But I agree with you. Some of the funnest parts was really getting together, getting to know everybody on a personal level. I love that. So all right, next we're going to bring up Tomas. I know Tomas is in the airport right now. He still hasn't returned home from Mexico, right? I know you're in the airport.
Yes.
Let me actually pull you up. There we go. All right.
How are you, everyone? So first of all, thank you so much, Brett, for all you did for us and all you do for us every day. Thank you to the corporate staff, and thank you, Standard, to organize everything about the retreat. I'm very happy that Portugal risen 3 positions in the company since Berlin. So congratulations to everyone in Portugal. We are doing an amazing job. And regarding to Cancun, I have to honestly tell you that it was the best experience I could have had. And there were 6 Portuguese people with me on this trip, and we make sure we made it count and we enjoy every moment. These are the moments where I feel that we are truly on the right path. We met the entire JIFU corporation. We had times with the 150 plus best networkers, and there were moments of fun. There were team dinners, there were masterminds, and I know that this is the type of moments that we can truly use to build ourselves and to be a better person, and obviously to achieve higher ranks. And telling you that all the educators, we met them, and the information that they gave us, it truly makes me excited for our future here in JIFU. And with the second day, we made a mastermind that we got all the news from the company and where JIFU will be in the future. And honestly, just to finalize my part, I truly want to say that we are in the right company. We have obviously the right people on our side, and honestly, we are in the best time ever at JIFU to build truly our wealth here. And thank you so much for all you did with us and the possibility to be with you in your house, Brad, that truly make us feel differently. It's not just doing our work. We are really doing this business with persons that has good values. And thank you so much for doing all of this for us. So
Well, thank you.
thank you so
I love
much.
having you guys here. For those of you guys who don't know, Jan brought his leaders, and we had people from Australia, Switzerland, Portugal, where else? Austria. It was amazing to have you guys here.
Luxembourg.
We actually celebrated Kyle Copeland's birthday. It was so much fun to have you guys here. I loved it. But one of the things you said really quick, Tomas, is you said the masterminds, right? And this kind of goes into the next. So I'm going to pull up Stefania Legato here really quick. Hang on a second, Stefania. I'm pulling double duty here. All right, I'm gonna pin you really quick, Miss Stefania.
Spero che non ti si veda.
Where'd you go? You just disappeared on me.
No, I'm here.
I know, there you are. There you are. It was funny. You're moving around on me.
Do you guys see me? Because now I do. Okay, I'm here.
Yes.
I'm here.
Well, no, I wanted to give you a little bit of props. Hold on just a second. So one of the things that Tomas said is he said all the different masterminds that happened while we were in Cancun. And I don't know if you knew this, but I was actually down on the beach with my wife. We were running in the waves, and I turned around and I saw this big group of women, and they are all sitting around Stefania. And you guys were, I don't know what you were talking about, but it was so much fun to see. You had people from all over the world sitting there. You guys were talking, you're giving your experience, you're talking about the different things. I just want you to know how much I appreciated that. It was just so fun to watch. Even Erin looked at me and she said, you know, look how cool this is. Look at what Stefania's doing. And it was so fun to see. I don't want to say we're old because Stefania, you and I are about the same age, right? So much fun to be able to pass on the knowledge of what you've been doing and what you've done. And I just, one more plug for you just really quick is I just love how focused you are on other people's growth. And I think that was one of the coolest things that I saw in Cancun, was just up there on the beach. I don't know how many there were. There were maybe 20 or 30 girls there.
Right. This is one of the reasons why people need to qualify, is because
100%.
as you are on holiday, you mingle between leaders, and you have then the opportunity to get to know us in a private way and to get to know experiences and stories and even teachings. I mean, I don't remember exactly all we said, but I remember that Katya, amazing Katya, our diamond director from Germany, she was, you know, making me question, because she's been working with me for 10 years, and she knew exactly what her team needed to hear. And then of course other teams joined in, and then you know girls we like to talk, but that's why people should qualify, because I wasn't the only leader doing that. Like I've seen Calvin and Danny and
100%.
all those leaders like talking, and also you are there, you know, and Kyle is there, and you know, Super Jim and Brandon, and so it's amazing. One reason to qualify is not only to just have an amazing free holiday, which by the way we all enjoy, but is really to get to know the leadership, the corporates team to a personal level. And that's what happened that day at the beach. As we are suntanning, as we are swimming, we are also learning and growing, and I love that.
Yep, I 100% agree. 100% agree. Well, why don't we have you introduce Dr. Bill for us, and I'll turn off my camera and get him over on here, and we'll go from there.
Absolutely. So I love that you said Dr. Bill, because I love to call him like that, because his name is actually, I had to write it down, William Chimikowski. Okay.
Chimikowski, yep.
Yes, but he was so amazing, because back in Berlin, you know, he could see that I was struggling. He says, you know what? Just call me Dr. Bill, which I love it, because as you might know, the famous Dr. Phil, well, JIFU has the famous Dr. Bill, and we will not forget that, and I love that. So Dr. Bill, he has over 25 years of experience. He's an expert on medical toxicologist. He has helped thousands of women and men regain hormonal imbalance with bioidentical hormones, which he will have to teach me one day exactly what it is. And on top of it, which I love, because whoever follows me and knows that I'm a fan of stem cell, he's an expert and medical director of the Utah Stem Cell Center. So for me, this is amazing, because I'm all about stem cell. And when I got to know him, this man looks incredible. If he wants, he can tell his age, but he walks the talk. He looks incredible. He's super fit, young in the spirit, and he looks young and strong. And it's exactly what I believe in as well. You know, as we age, we need to look after ourselves even more. And I can't wait also to come to Utah one day and go to his clinic. But today is an honor to have him represent JIFU's products. And, you know, to me, like Brad, you know how much I'm in love with these products. I'm like, I love these products. And finally, we have this incredible doctor that is going to be able to explain them in a way products, which we all don't need to be doctors. We all don't need to do what he does. He will do it for us, okay? Because only he can understand it to that level. All we can do is to listen, to learn, record it, take notes now. Dr. Bill, welcome to
Thank
this
you.
live.
Can everybody hear me okay?
Absolutely.
Excellent. Well, that was an amazing introduction. I don't know if I can live up to all that hype, but I will try and do my best. And thank you very much. And I'm really excited to be a part of this team. Everyone's saying how glad they are that I could join JIFU, but I will tell you, I was just as excited or more excited when I heard about this opportunity. And I've been wanting to align myself with a cutting-edge company that provides state-of-the-art anti-aging health products. And when we're talking about those types of products, they can be things that you ingest and that you take to help from the inside out. And then we also have some skincare line as well that will help the outside appearance in. So we can attack it from both directions. And the product line is short, simple, and to the point. And it's got the best ingredients of what you might want to have to supplement your body and also to treat your skin. So let's just get right into it. And I'm going to basically go through the different products that we have and talk and highlight what the key ingredients are, why they're important, and what are the things that you need to highlight and explain to potential clients, customers, as to what the benefits are of these products. So let's get started. We're on slide 1. So I'm going to just tell I'll just say next when we're ready for the next slide. So we're going to talk about the Live. Let's go right to the beginning and talk about the Live product, because that's the first product we're going to talk about. So Live is a fluid that you can drink. You've seen it. It's got 10 different fruits that are all very good. Fruits have a lot of antioxidant and health benefits, but the main ingredients that are most important in this product are glutathione and resveratrol. A lot of products do have fruit, fruit and vitamin blends, but very few have the amount of glutathione and resveratrol, which are really more important and do a lot more for you than vitamins and minerals and those things. When you eat a nice, healthy diet, your vitamins and minerals are usually provided to you. Yes, you can benefit from like a multivitamin or having some supplementation sometimes. And some people are low in some things like vitamin D that it often can be beneficial. But for the most part, we do get a lot of our minerals, vitamins from our diet. But when we can get more of things like glutathione and resveratrol, there's a lot of benefits to that. So in addition to the superfruits, the glutathione and the resveratrol, I want to highlight in this product. So next slide. So resveratrol is found in grape skins, and that's why a lot of people in Europe, especially the French, they do very well with heart disease because the resveratrol protects them. And it's got several properties. We're going to go through those. So it's an antioxidant, and a lot of people don't know what antioxidants are. It's a little bit confusing. We hear about antioxidants and free radicals, but basically antioxidants play a role in heart disease, cancer, other diseases, and they want to get rid of the free radicals, and the free radicals cause those diseases, and antioxidants counterbalance that. Next slide. Next. So resveratrol upregulates the energy source in the mitochondria. So your energy in all the cells, mitochondria is present in all cells. So all the cells get supercharged, and it can help with a lot of different functions. But the next paragraph is the most important one. Resveratrol lengthens telomeres. Telomeres are the end of chromosomes, and when they shorten as you age, then as they become shorter and shorter, you'll eventually die, and you'll see the effects of aging as the telomeres shorten. So what we want to do is lengthen those telomeres. Next. So resveratrol, they can lower blood pressure, It increases the production of nitric oxide, which dilates the blood vessels. It has a positive effect on blood fats. It can affect the LDL. It can affect cholesterol. LDL is the bad cholesterol, by the way. You want less of the LDL and more of the HDL. It's also an antioxidant, like I mentioned. Next slide. It lengthens the lifespan in certain animals. So there's a bunch of different animal studies that show that resveratrol will lengthen the age of those animals. Next. Next. And it protects the brain. That's a big one. So we want to protect the brain. We all get some degree of senile dementia as we age. And the anti-inflammatory effects that resveratrol has is likely part of that benefit. And so anything we can do to help with mental acuity as we age is a good thing. Next. It protects the brain. It sets off a sequence of events that we don't really understand that also additionally protects the brain. Next. So it also works for helping with insulin sensitivity. So insulin sensitivity and diabetes, they go hand in hand. When you have a better insulin sensitivity, then you store less fats. You can break down the sugars that you ingest and the carbohydrates more efficiently. And so it's very important to have good insulin sensitivity. Sorbitol is also an important topic I want to mention. Sorbitol is also
I apologize, Bill. Sorry about
helps
that.
with the breakdown of glucose into sorbitol, and that's not good for you either. Let's go to the next. Joint pain. A lot of people have arthritis and suffer from arthritis. In fact, I should rephrase that. We all get arthritis. We don't all suffer from arthritis, but we all get it. And so it does cause pain in some areas of the body, and it doesn't cause area in others, very likely, but in the knees, very likely, hips, ankles. So it works on the helps with the cartilage breakdown, and it supplements the cartilage basically. And so you will have less joint pain when you take resveratrol. Next slide. So it also suppresses cancer cells. So who doesn't want to live longer? We want to do everything we can to suppress cancer. Next. So this just kind of explains how resveratrol is hypothesized or theorized as to how it changes the cancer cells. And it also has hormonal effects that can be beneficial. Some cancers are related to hormones in the body. And it has a very positive effect on helping people have a less likelihood of developing cancer. Next. So you can see that resveratrol, I spent a lot of time on that. I think we spend more time on resveratrol than any other ingredient. We're also going to be talking about AC11 when we talk about the skincare product, but resveratrol is that really key ingredient that everyone should highlight in the Live product, because you really can't get enough of resveratrol, and you should be taking that at least every other day, is what the studies show, but we recommend taking this every day. Next. Now we're going to talk about glutathione. That is the other key ingredient of the Live product. And so we talked about free radicals and the benefits of antioxidant activity. It's going to make you less likely that you develop cancers or cause diseases. It prevents cancer progression, similar to the resveratrol. Next slide. And it also helps with liver disease. So glutathione, I'm a medical toxicologist. So for many years, I did critical care toxicology, and I took care of a lot of acetaminophen poisonings, also known as paracetamol in European countries. And the main reason that people develop toxicity of the liver is because of their glutathione stores. When the stores are very low and those get used up, then that's when you get the toxicity from the acetaminophen poisoning. So glutathione, I've always known about in my career as a toxicologist. And so it's very, very useful for the liver, but it does a lot of other things too. It improves insulin sensitivity. We already talked about the importance of that. Next. It also can treat Parkinson's disease. I have several patients that have Parkinson's disease that come in for glutathione injections. It can help with ulcerative colitis. There's been some very good studies that have shown it helps the GI. Next. autism spectrum disorder. So there's a lot of good studies that show that glutathione, when administered to autism children or any age, it can help with the cognitive improvements in those children. Coincidentally, I happen to have two children that are autistic. One is very high functioning and one is very low functioning. So I have both worlds of that spectrum, and they both get glutathione and they both get stem cells. So stem cells also, by the way, have been shown to improve the cognitive function of the children with autism. It doesn't cure these diseases or doesn't cure autism, but it helps those patients get better and improve with their, social skills and cognitive functioning. So now we're going to move on to the skincare product. We're going to take a break from the supplements that we drink, and we're going to go to the skincare. And the reason I decided to talk about skincare is that a lot of the things in the skincare product that we're trying to achieve to help our skin look more youthful are also in the Gen 3 product, which we are going to get to next. So you all familiar about the product that we have, the products that we have, the eye repair treatment, the cell restoration serum, and the night repair complex. Those are the three JIFU skincare products. They were developed by a very famous stem cell doctor, Dr. Papa, and I'm thrilled to be aligned with him because he's a very smart man and a pioneer in the field. And so since I also am a stem cell regenerative expert, I feel like there's a camaraderie there, and I'm very proud of the fact that he developed this skincare line. And because it's so proprietary and cutting edge, there's not a lot of other companies that have these types of ingredients. So next slide. So AC11 is from it's a botanical extract from the rainforest, and it's got some special, really great properties that help the DNA at the cellular level. And also is a very, the way it's formulated with moisturizers and other delivery mechanisms to help them penetrate the skin. That's also important. Next. So vitamin C is also very good for the skin, and we have vitamin C, just serums that we put on the face. So it's got the vitamin C that's part of the night repair cream. The advanced peptides. Peptides are proteins that help the body help with the aging process, and help the body heal and recover. Next. So lifting agents, whenever we want to treat, especially around the eyes, we want lift, and it's got lifting agents. It's got hyaluronic acid. Hyaluronic acid is a very important ingredient in our body. It does a lot of things. It helps with the skin, big part of the skin, but we also have that as lubricating the joints. I do a lot of interventional orthopedics with stem cells. And when I treat the joints, actually hyaluronic acid goes into those joints to help lubricate, but it also helps in the skin. It's very important at helping mitigate the issues with wrinkling, especially helps with the skin integrity. Next. So now let's talk about AC11. That is the key ingredient that Dr. Papa developed and introduced into the skincare line. Next. So here are the things that AC11 can do, okay? A lot of different things that are very good for the skin. The one thing I will highlight down at the bottom, lengthens telomeres. So we talked about telomeres earlier, how important that is, and that's a big factor. AC11 works at the cellular level, and that's why it makes it so special. Next. So this is just a slide that's showing one of the research articles that I pulled that showed the effectiveness of AC11. If anybody wants to go read the article for themselves, the reference is at the bottom. Next. All right, so now let's talk about elastin and collagen. This is my favorite part. So elastin helps with the stretchiness, the recoil, the rebound of the skin. If you lose elastin in your skin, then you are going to be saggy and things won't return back to be tight, and you'll get wrinkles. Collagen has to do more with the structure. It makes up 90% of the skin. Elastin makes up 10% of the skin. And collagen is present in a lot of different places. We're going to talk about collagen more. Next. So elastin is a extracellular matrix. It explains where it comes from. It's the main component of elastic fibers, stores energy, proteins. It's actually 1,000 times more stretchy than collagen. That's a lot, 1,000 times. And then so here's another key point. It's very important for things like blood vessels, lungs, skin. It's not just cosmetic we're talking about, and it's not just arthritis we're talking about. It's very important, elastin and collagen, for a lot of other organs in the body as well. Next. So how can you keep elastin healthy? Well, there's some things you can do on your own to help with keep your elastin in good shape. These are the types of things you can do on your own. It's pretty straightforward stuff, and I think a lot of us try to adhere to those things. Next slide. So collagen, and what does it do? Well, we talked about promotes skin elasticity, although the elastin is more important for the stretch, supports bone and joint health, and it helps with muscle mass, very important, helps with metabolism and body weight management, also very important. Next. So here's a few things that that highlights. We talked about the skin, the hair. We didn't really talk about hair much. It's very important for the hair. We talked about bone and joint health, skin, weight loss. Next. So how much collagen do you need to take? Well, the studies have shown taking 2.5 to 15 grams is ideal. 15 grams is really the max of what they recommend. And how much does the Gen 3 product have? It's got 12.5 grams. So we'll get into that a little bit more. So collagen, we already talked about what it can do. It helps with dead skin cells as well. We talked about blood clots. These are just some additional things that it can do. Next slide. Here's a type of collagens that we have. There's mainly 4 really main types, 5, I guess some people will consider 5, but there's actually quite a few, but these are the main ones here. Next one. Here are some more benefits that have been cited. There's a lot of evidence and studies that show that it does these things. It helps with stronger bones. That's also very important as you age. We talked about a lot of these things, and we talked about the hair as well. Thicker hair is very important. We all want thicker hair. All right, next. Next. All right, so now the Gen 3 product. So I basically outlined for you, the differences between elastin and collagen, and Gen 3 promotes both. And we talked about that Gen 3 contains over 12 grams of collagen, which is very useful. Everybody should be taking that every day. It does so much for your body. Next slide. It also has vitamin C, biotin, niacin, zinc. These are all great things for the skin in particular, but does a lot of other things. All those things are very good for the hair, biotin and zinc in particular. Next. And it also has a lot of fruits, right? Fruits and minerals. All these things are important. So it does have all the types of things you would want to take in a multivitamin. So you don't really need to take both. This one has enough of it unless you're, low on anything in particular. So it's a very, very useful product to take, the Gen 3. Everyone should be taking the Gen 3 and the Live every single day. Next. And that's about it. So there's how people can find me. I am located in Utah, and I'll be doing a lot more social media and different types of things to help you learn more about these products and to help you sell more of it. Anybody that wants to get in touch with me, I have my personal email address on there. That's where my clinic is located. Please follow us on all of our social media platforms. And we're going to be doing a lot with social media with JIFU as well. So I'm looking forward to all that. Now I want to hand it over to Stefania to ask me any questions or anything else I can answer for any of you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Bill. It's been amazing. Well, actually, there weren't many questions and we don't have so much time, and because you were so good. I mean, you gave us all the information we needed. But yes, guys, let's follow Dr. Bill on his social media. And I'm so looking forward for all the videos and the new material you're going to do. And thank you so much. We are so happy and so proud to have someone like you representing JIFU. Bye, guys. Bye, everyone.
Thank
now,
you.
next, Valeria, I love you.
Valeria, is Valeria in here? Actually, before we go to Valeria, could we go to Calvin Becerra really quick? Calvin, are you here? Do you want to unmute? Maybe you could give just a really quick story about how you interacted with Dr. Bill, and maybe we can go just hear from you for just a few minutes.
All right, cool. I'm here. Can you guys see me?
Yep.
All right. All right. So, hey, Dr. Bill, good to see you.
Thank you.
Yeah, great job today. We really appreciate you. You know, I've been in the industry for quite a while now, and when we have great products like we do here at JIFU, it always legitimizes our product lines when we have a great doctor who understands what he's talking about behind it. So we're grateful for you, Dr. Bill. So I know we had the opportunity to see each other in Berlin, you know, a little bit over a month ago. So it was exciting seeing you. It saved me a trip to Utah to go get my final checkup. So I'm glad that that solved it right there. But yeah, no, I had the opportunity to meet Dr. Bill at his practice, actually at the Utah Stem Cell Center in Utah. You know, Brad had told me about Dr. Bill and his work with stem cells and stem cell technology. And, you know, Brad had known my story from a couple of years ago. You know, I built my brand new custom home here in Southern California. And it was a dream for me and my family to build that home. It took us 3 years through COVID, which was crazy. But COVID helped me even make more money in network marketing to build the home the way that I wanted to. My family was really excited about it. And, you know, I was able to build our dream backyard. We wanted to build our home, typical Southern California Spanish style home. We wanted it to look like a resort. Our favorite resort to visit is the Bacara Resort in Santa Barbara, California. So we wanted to build a home that felt like we were at the Bacara. That's really the truth. And our backyard is stellar. We have this beautiful pool with this infinity edge. And, you know, a couple summers ago, you know, I hadn't been in the pool yet. It just finished being done. And my daughter walked into my office while I was working one afternoon. And she asked, in a hot summer afternoon, she asked, Dad, can you come swimming with me? And, you know, it was important for me because I was really busy and deep into my work that afternoon, but it was important to me that I just stopped and listened to her and just said yes. I wanted her to see that, you know, I stopped all of my work and that I was going to go do something for her because she asked me to, her daddy, right? And I remember I went outside, I put my shorts on, went outside with her, and we walked into the pool. And our pool is, it's a beautiful pool, but we have this black pebble tech inside, which makes it really hard to see, to be honest with you. It looks beautiful, but that's one flaw. It's really hard to see, you know, into the pool. And I remember we went into the pool and my daughter was jumping in the pool and she wanted me to teach her how to dive in the swimming pool. And she was jumping in the pool. And because she's so little kids, when they learn how to dive, they jump in with both their hands and their arms at the same time into the pool. And I was trying to explain to her that you have to dive in hands first, arms first, and then followed by your legs into the pool. And my little daughter, she was 9 years old. She didn't understand. And I tried to practice with her and show her how to do it time and time again. So finally I said, you know what? I'm going to show my daughter how to dive into the pool the right way. So I had got on top of my jacuzzi, okay, in my spa, and I dove into the pool with my arms first, just the way you're supposed to. I got enough air off of the pool and went straight into, off of the spa, went straight into the pool, arms first. It was like a perfect straight line into the pool, perfect dive. But I didn't realize, right, that the deep end wasn't where I dove. You know, I remember designing the pool, and in my head, where the deep end wasn't where it really was in the pool. And so that wasn't really smart on my part. And what happened was I hit my head at the bottom of the pool. Only maybe a third of my body got in the pool. I hit my head at the bottom of the pool because I dove in on the shallow part of the pool. And immediately I felt a sharp pain go down my arms, go down my back, a tingling sensation in my neck up into my skull. And I immediately, you know, I knew something was wrong. And I'm lucky that I didn't black out because my wife wasn't home. It was just my daughter. And if I would have passed out, when I hit my head on the pool, my daughter wouldn't have been able to save me. I would have died, most likely. And when I hit my head at the bottom of the pool, I came up holding my head, and I didn't want my daughter to get scared, but I knew what had happened. And blood was coming down my head and on my hands. I saw it, and I saw the look in my daughter's eyes. She was scared. And I walked out of the pool, and I knew something was wrong with my neck. And it was at that moment when my wife finally, she had just got home and was walking out into the backyard to put some ice cream popsicles into the cabana for the kids. And I told my wife, you know, don't look scared, but I think I just might have broke my neck at the bottom of the pool. I don't even know how I'm walking right now. And, you know, she called 911, and I was rushed to the hospital, and they had put me into an MRI, did my CAT scans, and they had told me that I had broke my neck, that I had fractured my C5 vertebrae. And at that moment, I was really, really scared because they told me that I was have to stay in the hospital, and I would have to be rushed into surgery the following morning. My wife had to leave because of the COVID rules, and I was stuck in the hospital by myself. And I remember how scared I was. My twin brother called me, and he was scared because I was going to have to go in for surgery. And he thought like crazy things happen in surgery, so he was afraid I was going to go in. And I remember I stayed overnight in the hospital. And the next morning, the doctor walks in, and he says he was having problems. He was having problems, looking at my CAT scan on my MRI stuff. And he said it's going to take a couple more hours because he's having problems getting it from that department. And then he came into the hospital again, and he said that I'd fractured my C5, but he said I should go to Vegas and put everything on red I had, because I was probably the luckiest guy he had ever met. And he had said the way that I dove into my pool, I should have been a quadriplegic, meaning paralyzed from the neck down. And he said, but I fractured my C5. It wasn't displaced, but I wouldn't have to go in for surgery. So I got really lucky on that part. However, I was able to go home the next day. And for 2 years, I told Dr. Bill this, for 2 years, I had a lot of pain in my neck. I couldn't sleep. I couldn't turn my neck. I didn't have full function of turning my neck. Some of my friends here had watched, what I went through, and I just thought I was going to have to live that way. And it was hard to sleep. I remember a couple times, Dr. Bill, I thought I was having a heart attack. And the fire trucks and ambulance came to my house after we called 911, and the firemen ran tests on me, and they said, Calvin, it's anxiety. You're getting anxiety from what had happened to you before. And I never experienced anxiety in my life. So I was going through all this stuff, but my neck never really fully recovered. And I remember telling Brad about this story, and he told me, I have a friend, his name's Dr. Bill. He's here in Utah. When you come here next time, I want you to meet him, because he does some really great things with stem cell technology. And he does this, these infusions called PRP, where they inject stem cells into the area that you're having problems with, whether it's your neck, your shoulders, your back, your knees. And it does wonders. This guy knows what he's doing. You have to meet him. And I thought to myself, man, I've heard of this before, but I was really scared of this procedure. I don't know why. But I remember going to Utah one afternoon, driving to Dr. Bill's office and meeting Dr. Bill for the first time. And he made me feel so comfortable. He really understood understood the technology that he had in his hands. He walked me through what a procedure was like. He told me how incredible stem cells were. And he said, stem cells, literally, wherever you put them, they can regrow bone, cartilage, tendons, tissue. It's amazing what they do. And they're derived from the umbilical cord. And I thought to myself, well, those are the best stem cells you can find. And he had the best grade stem cells. And he told me how he had done work on UFC fighters, right? Which is huge here in the US. If Fabian's on here, you hear him speak about that a lot. But just his experience with his technology really made me feel comfortable, and really made me feel like, man, we could be onto something here. And I remember I was scared to do it, but Brad was there, Jim was there, and they were able to sit in on the procedure. And Dr. Bill just made me feel really comfortable. And I remember him taking my blood, going back and probably putting it into the centrifuge machine and separating the plasma from the blood, and then coming back in and adding stem cells to that. And a couple hours later, the procedure started, and I went under, and he did the procedure. And I remember just looking at the needles, Dr. Bill, how long they were and how scared I was. But that was nothing because, you know, a couple hours later, the procedure was done. I remember going home that night on the airplane back home, telling my wife the procedure is done, and she couldn't believe it. And Dr. Bill, the very next day, all the pain at the bottom of my skull that I had that would never go was gone. Like for me, I was a skeptic and I thought maybe it works. If it doesn't work, great, I'll come back and do another bout. But all the pain was gone. And then, like you said, within 8 more weeks, you know, I could turn my neck. I had full functionality of my neck. I can go to the gym and work out like I did before. This morning, I just got back from the gym before I jumped on here, but I have no pain. I can sleep at night. It's crazy. The other day, my mother-in-law asked me, you know, so how's your neck? Because she wants to go there and do PRP as well, which I'll tell you about later. But, you know, people ask me all the time about my neck and they don't know that I went and did PRP, like my close friends that I've been hanging out with lately. And I tell them about you and how amazing PRP is and stem cell technology and stem cells in general. But I remember you told me, hey, Calvin, if you don't feel fully recovered, it's okay. Next time, come back and we'll give you another round of it. And then it should be good. But it's perfect. I feel like I'm completely healed and I have 0 problems. I feel confident. I'm not scared about my neck anymore or taking care of it. But it's amazing what Dr. Bill has done. He made me feel really comfortable, but he knows what he's doing. We have somebody on our corporate team now on the medical side that really understands the technology that goes into creating our products. He understands stem cell technology and he's a very experienced doctor. So I'm grateful for you. I know, sorry for the long-winded story, but I wanted people to know the story of how I got to meet you. But you really, you know, I would say that you're a big part in changing my life because I was so scared after that accident had happened that, you know, today I feel fully recovered and I feel like a new man again. I feel like I'm my old self again. So thanks, Dr. Bill. I appreciate
Thank you for sharing that, Calvin. That is awesome. I can't tell you how the greatest joy I have in my life is helping other people. And then the rewards I get when I do the follow-ups, I get to see these people and I keep hearing the same things. I can't believe how well it works. It's a miracle. I don't believe it. And it's like, it's the best part of my job. So I'm just privileged that I get the opportunity to treat people like you. And I'm so glad that you got your life restored. Thank you for all those kind words. And that's a great story. Thank you so much for sharing that, Calvin.
Well, thank you guys. Thanks for letting me tell it.
Well, Calvin, it was fun to be there with you. Some of the best times I've ever had was watching you under ketamine. That was a hoot. So I appreciate being there and it's so fun to have, you know, be part of that process. So
yeah, that was a nice flight to ketamine world, but that was a big part of the process. But you know, that was a process that made it all go smoothly and made me feel good while doing it. So thank you again.
Thank you guys. All right. Well, thank you, Dr. Bill. Thank you, Calvin. You know,
Brad.
Valeria, I hate to even say this, but you get to follow that up now. So I'm not sure what you're going to do to top that, but I'm looking forward to it. Valeria, you're amazing. I appreciate how hard you work. It was so fun to be with you in Cancun, and we'll give it over to you now.
Hello. Yeah, just landed. My voice still killed from all the conversations, but I want to share some testimonials, one of myself and one of my mom. She told me just 10 minutes ago. So my testimonial is, I use Reserve now. I use Live and Resveratrol now for more than 1 year with Live. And it's so amazing to see because now we have the spring and always in spring I have allergies. So I can't, for example, wear lens. I can't go outside without a medication. And always when I use Live and the Resveratrol inside, it's always amazing to see that after 10 minutes, after 15 minutes, you have just the quick results that you see and feel the resveratrol inside. So my eyes get better, my nose gets better. And when I coming home, my mom told me, oh, you leave me the collagen when you leave. I said, yes, of course. Oh, it's empty because I use it every day 2 times, as you told me. And she has arthrose, and she told me that after 2 weeks using collagen for 2 times a day, she has less pain in 2 weeks. And that's what the doctor also told. We haven't the knowledge, maybe, because not all of us have studied medicine. We haven't the maybe ability to explain it in that deep like you, Dr. Bill, but I'm always the product of the product, and I have always products with me. I always share products, and that's why I, for example, can only talk about my strategy. I use the results of people. I ask, for example, hey, what have you on results in the last 6 weeks when you use the products? What is the best feeling you had with one of the products? And this one, in my case, I have always my phone with me because some of you ask how I sell the products. I have always my phone with me, and I type the results of the people in the notice field of the contact. And when then I met someone, for example, and they told me, I have allergies, it's spring, I can't go out, I type allergies in the contact field and searching who has it and who has good results with it, and share this amazing results and share this amazing stories with people, and ask them, if I send you the link where you can buy this, because I'm an affiliate of this product, because I'm so happy with the results, would you try it? And then I explain one thing, just one thing. Look, you have this problem now for how long? The person tell me, for, I don't know, 1 year, 10 years. I said, okay, if you had this for such a period of time, how long would you give your body to help it to recover? It's not on me to tell them you have to use it 1 week and you're now for the rest of your life happy. I ask them, how long give you your body the time to recover? And then people understand, okay, when I have it for such a long period of time, then I need also a long period of time to give the products the time to work. And that's one of the strategies I use. The other one is when we share pictures, for example, before and after. I have also a folder in my iPhone where I have the pictures, where I save it. It's called testimonial. And then, for example, if someone, again, tell me his problems, I said, oh, look, I have a girl, I have a man, I don't know, we have also amazing results with pets and the resveratrol. That's the crazy thing. And then I share it again. So use the testimonials people share with you or with the team, and share it with other people. What I don't want to now say, that you just copy something or screenshot something and put it on social media without asking. Please always ask the person which is sharing something if you can share it on social media, because sometimes it's private, sometimes people are shy. But if you can share the results, because results speaks louder than every ingredients, every explanation ever do, because
Hey,
people
honey,
want always the results.
what are you doing? Do you have your phone? Obviously you do. How come you haven't been calling me? I haven't talked to you in so long.
Valeria, thank you. Thank you,
Yeah.
thank you, thank you. We so appreciate you. We appreciate how hard you work. We appreciate you being a product of the product. That was awesome. So many great things that are coming about. And
That is
I'm now going to
great.
hand this back over to Kyle. Kyle. There you
So,
are. All right. Everybody keeps
Anyway,
moving around on me. So
Yeah, Brad, and then
there we
also
go.
you can mute Dr. Bill. You can mute Dr. Bill. Sorry.
Yes.
Oh, yep, you got it.
Okay, hopefully everyone can see me, hear me. I apologize,
Yep.
my Wi-Fi is going in and out today, so hopefully it's working now. All
No,
right.
we hear you great, Kyle.
Okay, great. This has been an amazing webinar. We're going to close this out, but such great messages, very inspirational messages. It was great to hear from our doctor, from you, Brad, and Stefani, everybody else that spoke today, and Valeria, of course. All right, so the next individual that is going to come on, I think he's world famous. Everybody in the industry knows who this individual is. He is our master distributor, our highest ranking diamond in the company. He is a person that's always on fire, So let's bring on Mr. Danian Fire to close this out.
Thank you very much, Kyle. And thank you to the JIFU team and to the leaders, to the doctors, to the, corporate leaders and everybody that's on here. And the one thought that I have, like, while I'm watching this call and listening to everything, success really is a team effort. If you think about it, it's a team sport. Like, all these different elements of what we're doing here together really contributes to the success that we're having. And I think that's so beautiful. And it's really, at the end of the day, it's facts, it's efforts, it's strategies, it's trainings, but most importantly, it's stories. Like, I knew, for example, about the story of Calvin's neck and the accident in his pool. I've heard it before. I had my heart shaken before, but just now, while listening to it again, it's just like I just can't help myself but to just listen to the story and to think, man, stories really do move people, right? And I think this is one of the great lessons. And Valeria also picked that one up and said, look, how am I selling the product? I'm sharing stories, right? So I think in network marketing, what we need to learn is we need to be storytellers. Sometimes we're so obsessed with, oh my God, I don't know everything. I don't know this. I don't know that. I don't know the details of the comp plan. I don't know the details of the, ingredients. Guys, don't worry about any of that. You don't need to be the expert. You don't need to learn everything. You don't need to know everything. In fact, nobody really knows everything. But what you need to do is you need to have love in your heart for the people and stories to tell. Because at the end of the day, there's the saying, facts tell, stories sell. So if you want to have success in JIFU, here's what you have to do. You have to tell stories. Share from your heart. Why did you get started? What is the result that you're looking for in this business? Why did you get started? Why did you start using these products? What have you felt since you've been using them? If you're on the education, what is it that you've learned so far? What are some of the things that you picked up that really blew your mind and make people curious about what else it is that they can learn? It is stories where other people can identify themselves with you, and when then they get compelled to join, compelled to ask questions, because energy is contagious, and stories, it's just like, man, people want to know the story. Maybe it is because when we were little, our mom or our dad used to read us a bedtime story. But if you tell people, listen, before I give you the presentation, let me tell you a story. In that moment, everybody's like, I want to know the story. Like they want to know the story, and they can't help themselves but to listen until the end of the story. It's one of the most powerful human attributes that if we start to okay, let me tell you this. Have you guys ever watched let's say a series and it was not so good? It was kind of like a bit boring, but it was still annoying because you wanted to know how the story continues. Have you ever had that? Like, you didn't really love it, but it was just kind of like, dang, I need to know like what is happening with this. Like, I'm not even into the characters so much, but I just want to know. And that's exactly what it is about us as people. We want to know stories. We want to know what happened to other people. We want to share feelings. We want to understand what is happening in the lives of others, because at the end of the day, we're looking for happiness for ourselves. And JIFU is providing so much happiness. I mean, I'm wearing my Cancun t-shirt right now, okay? It was such a blast when we were in Cancun all together, and so many memories being created. And I just wish for you that you're going to really live the full experience with JIFU, which is everything. Use the products, share the products, talk to people, enjoy the education, enjoy the cosmetics, enjoy the vision, plug in on the team calls, plug into the events, like get your next ticket, build the business, develop yourself, like all of this. This is a place of community, of growth, of dreams. And the dreams are all about you. When I signed up, I used to work in a bank in Germany. When I signed up my first day in the bank, they didn't ask me, what's your dream? Where do you see yourself in 5 years? Why are you getting started? No. They said, look, this is your job. This is what you got to do. This is what you need to do for us. But network marketing is different. Network marketing is all about, what do you want? How does happiness look to you? And this is a vehicle to achieve it. And we're all in this together to help each other to make it amazing. And guys, I don't want to add a ton of things to this call. It's been a great call. It's been over an hour. So I just want to really just edify every single person that was on there. Thank you for the entire team to make this experience to be in JIFU so super, super special. And lastly, thanks to everybody that participated, because at the end of the day, it's always where the fire is, where you are going to grow, where you're picking up the nuggets. And tonight certainly was the fire. And my name's Daniel Fire for a purpose as well. So anyways, guys, I love you. Let's do this. Let's grow big. Let's make this month of April incredible. Let's close out super strong. And I see you at the top. All the best, guys. Thanks.